Okay, we are at the guest building, and this is the south facing wall. The front of this building faces, and we're on the south side of the garage, and this building faces east towards the house. This is the clothes dryer vent, and the flap is stuck open on that, and it's just boogered up, so that vent needs to be replaced. This is the water heater temperature pressure relief valve, and it's 6 inches off the ground, which is correct. Okay, but we only have one drain. It tells us that we're probably not going to find a safety pan inside. This is a dog door installed into the garage door. Okay, this is convenient if you have a dog, but unless you have a dog, this is a hole in your wall. There are some stair step cracks between the brick and mortar above this door right here. Okay, we're going up around here. We're looking for some other signs of movement, and I'm just really not seeing any so far. We have weep holes. One thing I haven't noticed on either structure, and so far, is there are no control joints. Okay, this is the fence. You got one gate. Oh, you got a gate on each end of this. Okay, we're just going to close this gate for the little dog. Gate is closed for the little dog. I don't know why, but they had it kind of configured like that. This is the water to the exterior water faucet. We're going into the garage. The floors, and this is on on both structures, but the garage casement should not be in direct contact with the cement like that, because that will allow water to wick up inside the wood system and rot prematurely. Okay, we're coming along here. We've got warning stickers on the door. We've got spring tension stickers on the door. One thing we do not have on this door that the other two doors do have is there's not a pull handle on the interior or the exterior side of this door. Okay? Has a pull handle, has a courtesy light. This door is not GFCI protected. Again, stickers, that's fine. This is the sub panel to the house. Actually, it's not a sub panel. This looks like a sub panel. You have 1 meter, but that meter feeds this house as an original. That being said, this bonding right here, if somebody confuses this with a sub panel, they're going to say that needs to be removed, and that couldn't be farther from the truth, because this is actually acting as a main panel. The aluminum feeds to this house. The aluminum feeds should have antioxidant paste on them. The white hots should be labeled black. Let's see here. Saved by the bell? We'll find out. White hot should be labeled black. This is the neutral coming in, and it's got a white stripe on it, so that makes it acceptable. So what's going on in here? Okay, since this is a main, it needs to be bonded, and we do not have the bonding location inside of the panel. We have white hots. We don't have antioxidant paste, and we do not have the little protective covers, which is recent. Cables are touching the panel cover. We have bundling, and that is about it. Okay, so we move along here. There isn't any GFCI protection on any of these wall receptacles or on the ceiling. And it feels nice and cool in this garage because that's an air supply register. You can condition a garage space. It's totally acceptable to condition a garage space. But you cannot, or should not is a better word, because they obviously did, you shouldn't have mixed use. The interior conditioned space and the garage conditioned space is from two separate systems. One system cannot share those two functions, or should not share those two functions. Coming along here, we have a safety pan. The water heater's been elevated. The safety pan does not have a drain line. It's just going to go straight out on the floor. We have electric water heater. We've got bonding right here. The TMP has been insulated. I don't know if we can see that right there. This does not have, this is the electric conduit coming to the electric water heater, and it does not have an electric service disconnect because the breaker box is within sight. So that satisfies the need. You do not need one of those for this. But the temperature pressure relief valve should not be routed upwards, okay, creating a trap. That's wrong. These water supply lines, they should be insulated. There's your bonding, your electrical bonding that wasn't labeled inside the meter, inside the breaker box, but there's your electrical bonding on the cold water side. Coming down here, this is, again, that's an electric water heater, and it is, see if we can come up with a date here. It's 30 gallons, and if we don't have a date, then we're going to have to figure one. Oh, there it is, in 2015. It's 2020, this is 5 years old, 30 gallons. Okay, so this is the sink for the garage, and that sink right there, okay, that is a flexible drain line. That's not acceptable. All right, they sell them in the stores, I get that, but it should not be like that. Coming across here, clothes dryer is 3-prong electric. This flexible duct is going through this wall encasement here. That should have been a solid duct. That's the wrong kind of duct. Your laundry equipment should be picked up like the water heater. The laundry equipment should have been picked up 16 inches off of the lowest part of the garage floor, okay, because they have electrical components in there. It's a safety device. This electric receptacle outlet is not GFCI protected. Again, it's the 3-prong electric clothes dryer. I'm not seeing much else in here. Okay, the garage door, it should have a spring on it so that it closes automatically. This garage door does not have such a spring. Let's just do this. The control button should not be closer to the floor than 5 feet, and it should have had a warning sticker like this. It should have had one of these warning stickers right there. You should have one of those by that door. Now, coming out, a tree should not be closer than 25 feet to the foundation of a structure, should not be placed. The lawn sprinkler heads should not be closer to the structure than 12 inches. The grounding rods should have been bonded. And this, again, no weep holes. No weep holes. At a minimum, you should have weep holes over your fenestrations. And you should have had flashing, a Z-bar type flashing. No weep holes. This is the main power supply into the house. It's coming from that meter over there. Coming along, these side lights are tempered safety glass. That's a good thing. You're missing your in-use cover, your bubble cover. The GFCI is not working on that guy. The phone's still ringing. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Okay, we do have weep holes along the bottom corners. No rain gutters across the front of the house. The fascia should not be in direct contact with the roof covering. This one's inconsistent with the other exterior receptacle outlets. We're on the north wall for the guest house, and this receptacle outlet is not grounded. It does not have GFCI, nor is it grounded. Okay? When we have siding like this, okay, the fenestrations, the windows for the siding. By the way, I haven't seen a screen out here yet on either structure. There should be Z-bar flashing over that casement right here. I hardly ever see it. I saw some yesterday. It was the first time. Okay, we're missing a courtesy light, a landscape light from the soffit right there. We have soffit vents. I'm looking for roof vents. I'll come up with that later. Waterworks, no GFCI. The insulation is loose from here. We do not have anti-theft Schrader valves. Only one of these 3 units have that. The electric disconnect, there's a picture of the inside of the electric disconnect. The electric disconnect should have been sealed. It should not be behind the unit. Okay? This unit is 18 years old. It's 4 tons. It has an obsolete refrigerant in it called R22. And this rain gutter discharges too close to the house. This electric circuit should have been capped off. This is the overflow drain for the secondary drain for the cooling system. The secondary drain should discharge over a window. If that thing is leaking, you have no idea that you've got a problem. They're supposed to drain over a window. And the rain gutter along the back side of this house, in which you have none on the front, But the rain gutter on the back side of this house is full of leaves. Let me answer my